Lads, welcome back to another live duel. Today I am your host, Christian the Haver Cardman, and today we have Crusadia on the left facing off against branded Tearlaments. And this was, I believe, in the round, or like the finals of the locals here. Crusadia making it to the top mostly due to Kaijus, and I believe branded Tearlaments actually won the die roll here, forcing Crusadia to go first, putting them in kind of an awkward position, if I do remember correctly. So we're actually going to see Crusadia start off with the adventure engine here, activating Enchantress to get Rite of Aramesia from the deck, going through Fateful Adventure, grabbing a Legal Knight, and then we're actually going to pitch the second Enchantress from hand. Talk about insane. We should also have a token on board here. I believe we're substituting. Oh no, the Fateful Adventure is in the Spell Trap Zone. I just think we forgot to put a token out, but that's all right. There it is. Perfect. All right, so just getting everything shuffled up here, squared away. We're going to continue by summoning a Legal Knight to the field. Honestly, I think it would have made more sense to hold on to that, but that's all right. We're going to trigger off the other effect of Fateful Adventure here to equip Draco back from the deck to our token. Oh, never mind. We're adding it to our hand and then equipping it. I guess it didn't really matter either way, but I feel like holding the Legal Knight would have been the smarter play just because it becomes harder to interrupt. But at the same time, I do get also having it established so that way you can just get rid of your opponent's cards immediately instead of having to wait for the first effect to resolve and then start a new chain to get the second effect off. So we're actually just going to set one more card and pass turn here, it looks like. Branded Tearlaments. Probably opening up with a cracked hand, could be a brick hand, who knows. All right, so we're actually going to lead off with branded opening. Not a bad choice at all here. Pitching a Shadal Beast. Unfortunately, oh no, that's right. This does discard for effects, so they will get a draw off of the Beast. Also summoning a Luber here, so I believe we're going to go Chainlink 1 on the Luber, Chainlink 2 Beast, probably? Just to kind of do a little bit of chain blocking, or maybe we're going to go search with a Luber first, so that we don't have to risk drawing it off of the Beast. I think we're just kind of looking at how we're going to build chains here, just kind of talking over some stuff. All right, so it looks like, yeah, we're going to add the Branded Fusion first, and then we're going to have the Shadal Beast draw. I guess that is actually probably the correct play, even though the Aluber is susceptible to an Ash at that point. He was also still able to get hit by like a Veiler or Imperm. So I guess it didn't really matter too much this way. He could actually just guarantee that he's getting the advantage that he needs in the way that he wants it. So now we're going to go ahead and activate that Branded Fusion. Makes enough sense. Go and get the best part of our deck online here. Going to be sending Fallen of Albaz, and what else are we sending here? Possibly a Snow? Let's find out. Oh, looks like Desbian Tragedy. Good call. I believe that puts us into Albion, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not entirely... Oh, Lubellion. Okay, I had it backwards. I'm not entirely like an expert with the Albaz cards, but that's okay. We're going to use Lubellion's effect to be able to discard Polymerization to get another fusion summon off here. We're also searching with the Tragedy to get our Ad Libitum. I believe the discard for Lubellion is actually cost, so that does make sense that we discarded that first, but I'm assuming that Tragedy was Chainlink 2, so that we can add the Ad Libitum to hand and then be able to use the Lubellion with the Albaz in graveyard to go into our Mirror Jade to get our plays online right away. Unfortunately, Legal Knight is very live at this point in time, and since it returns to hand, the Mirror Jade effect wouldn't be able to trigger to allow itself to pop everything in the end phase. So we'll see if they make the call here. Patrick, or our Branded Tearlament player, reading Legal Knight just to make sure he knows what's going on. Waiting to see if the Crusadia player is going to respond at all. He's actually going to use the Mirror Jade effect right now on resolution to attempt to banish the Illegal Knight, I'm sure. Since it is non-targeting, we won't find out till the chain resolves, but most likely that is going to be the case. So we are going to be sending... Oh, correction, we're actually going for Tearlament plays. So I believe that was a Hoffness here. And we're going to be milling 2 King of the Swamps and a Branded Fusion. Very, very sad mills. But we'll see if we can get anything good going here off of any of this, because we did send a Tearlament to the graveyard, it looked like, so we should still be able to fusion summon, and we indeed are using that King of the Swamp, I'm guessing as substitute for Tearlament Rhinoheart, which will bring out our big fusion here, which is very, very good. Let me make sure. I can't remember the name of this one offhand here or exactly what it does. That looks like that is going to be the Kaleido Heart, I believe. No, that is actually Kit Kalos. I was completely wrong. So this one, he can get a Tearlaments card from his deck and either add to his hand or send it to the graveyard, which is really, really good. And he's also using the Mirror Jade effect to banish the Illegal Knight, sending Albion to grave here. And we're actually going to go for the Tearlaments trap card. I think that is plenty fair, actually. Not at all a bad card. So let's see where we're going to push through from here and what options we choose to take. So Kind of looking over our hand. Our hand is still plenty full for the branded Tearlament player. This deck is absolutely insane. Patrick's been testing this one for a while, and he's pretty sure that he's broken it fairly well here. So now we're going to go and use the Kit Kalos's other effect, I do believe, to target a monster you control, special summon Tearlaments from your hand or graveyard, and if you do, send the targeted monster to the graveyard. So he's actually going to send the Kit Kalos to the graveyard. It's reviving another one of his Tearlament monsters, getting more mills. And since the Kit Kalos actually got sent to the graveyard by card effect, he can also mill 5. So he's just kind of banking on hitting a lot of important stuff here and really just being able to pop off this plays. I believe he does have 2 level 4s on field, so if you really can't go for the OTK this turn... oh, no, correction, Havness is actually level 3. I'm sorry. I was thinking maybe he could go for an Exceed play, but he's actually gonna... Is this... Oh, he's polying for Guardian Chimera. Oh, wow, using Mirror Jade, Ad Libitum, and his Tearlament on field. So he's going to get 2 pops on field and then a draw from hand, as well as the Ad Libitum. I believe being able to revive a monster, which is just really, really good. So we're also going to be shuffling back King of the Swamp and I believe our Merrily here to... Oh, wait, maybe. Are we fusioning with 3 materials? That's kind of what it looks like. And then we're also getting the Guardian Chimera on the same chain as well, kind of chain blocking our stuff here. So, oh, now we're actually going to be going for the Lulacaris, I believe. It's indeed what it looks like. Actually, that might be Kaleido Heart. Did he have Rhino Heart? Oh, he had King of the Swamp. That's right. So, yeah, we're going to be going into our Kaleido Heart over here, which is actually really, really strong. So he gets to target... Okay, so he's basically breaking the entire board here, and this is just going to be the OTK easily. So... Crusadia losing it game 1, unfortunately. I mean, Branded Tearlaments is a very crazy deck, and Crusadia being forced to go first really, really hurts the deck. Like, the best it could do, really, is set up an Avermax, and that's with, like, a good hand. So, I'm not entirely surprised that it did lose game 1, but maybe it'll have better luck going game 2 when it has the option of going second. Being able to use its Kaijus and its just OTK engine. Crusadia can do some impressively good things. It is kind of hard in this meta game right now, though, with Tearlaments and Sprite being so powerful. So we'll see kind of how this goes, and once they get done siding, we'll be right back. All right, so both players got their hands. Looks like Crusadia is still going first. Whoa, okay. Gonna be starting off with the Rhoda to search for the Crusadia Arborea. This does open up Synchro / Halklines, I suppose. We're actually going to normal summon the Arborea. Interesting. I guess that does give us protection on all of our Link monsters from here on out, so we're going to summon the Magius now. And we're going to be able to summon Reclusia underneath its arrow to go and search for our 3rd Crusadia. I suppose this does get us into an Equimax, which is pretty solid. We're actually going to go into Regulex first here before we summon our other Crusadia monster, just because we need to free up Link arrows. So now we have Link 3 worth of material on field, and we also do get to add back to hand, which is pretty solid here, I believe due to Regulus, so that's not too bad whatsoever. If you added back the Arborea, that actually does get us into Link 4, which is pretty good. We're going to be getting, is that Crusadia Power from the deck? I actually don't know which spell card this is. I have tabs open here so I can read all these cards and make sure I know what's going on. So that is... Oh, I was right. Crusadia Power. Okay, so that gives him an unaffected body. That's actually really good. So let's see if we're going to go... If we're just going to end on Equimax here, or if we're going to push it all the way and try to go for the Avermax. That would actually be really cool. So just kind of thinking here on the play. I don't think Branded Tearlaments really has a response. There's not really much they can do here. I mean, they could have ashed the Spell Trap Search, but that would be about it. All right, so there's going to be the Equimax touching down. And then we're going to special summon the Arborea since we did add it back to hand, which is pretty solid. And then we're going to see from here what else we got going on. Because we know we have a Crusadia Power. So we could just leave Equimax on field, have a negate, and maybe able to make it unaffected for the turn. The only part that does kind of suck is that it is kind of a smaller body in terms of, like, boss monsters. So it probably wouldn't be able to withstand a whole lot battle-wise. But if you went for Equimax, it would just kind of be a wall. And plus, you would be able to get the Arborea back in the graveyard to be able to keep it there as a protection. So if it would get destroyed by effects, you would have a way to kind of save it a little bit. So he actually did just pass, and he's just going to immediately Crusadia Power on the Equimax here just to make sure that it's unaffected for the rest of the turn. And leaving the Arborea on field. Kind of an interesting choice from the Crusadia player. I'm guessing he probably just didn't open up as optimally as he wanted to and just kind of had to play the hand as best as he could. But I still feel like the Avermax play might have been the strongest. Just kind of wall up a little bit and then be able to free yourself with the OTK on the following turn. But that is just me as well. I'm definitely not a Crusadia expert either by any means. So All right, branded player getting a Luber, going into branded fusion, going to be dumping a Tearlaments monster and Fallen Valvaz. I do believe, anyway, it's kind of hard to tell from here, but the Tearlaments are mostly dark, so that does work, because that'll bring out a Lubellion, and then it'll also be able to trigger off our Tearlaments effects. So we're actually going to use the Equimax here to be able to negate the Lubellion, I think is what we're trying to do here. Kind of interesting. We should still be able to get a fusion summon off of that Tearlament monster, though, if possible. I'm not sure, though, if it'll work. We'll find out here pretty soon. But yeah, the Equimax definitely attributing the Arborea to be able to get that negate, which is not at all terrible. And our branded Tearlament player being very cautious of this Link arrow. We're actually going to go into a Dragostapelia using the Lubellion and the Tearlament monster. Okay, so we are still fusion summoning with the Tearlament monster, which makes sense. But getting a Dragostapelia, very, very strong. Easy way to out the Equimax and really anything that Crusadia can come up with later. So that's really, really nice. I'm wondering if we have the OTK line here. It's not looking like it so far. We did have a little bit of interruption to phase through. And this Equimax is currently unaffected, so Dragostapelia actually won't be able to do anything to it until the end of the turn, other than just run over it by battle. So we're actually going to activate Polymerization, fusing a Luber on field and a Luber in hand. I'm guessing to go into maybe a Masquerade or a Queritus. Who will see? Okay, Masquerade totally makes sense. Just if he can't OTK this turn, he might as well at least wall up a little bit himself and make his opponent pay for just being able to play the game. So not a bad idea whatsoever. And did we activate Branded Opening? Branded Opening's in the graveyard, but I don't know if we actually activated it. So probably not. All right, we're going to go and see the Masquerade, go and walk over the Equimax here, and then be able to attack indirectly with the Dragostapelia here in just a moment. Not too bad. Not too bad. I mean, Brandon Tearlaments definitely could put up a better board, but he might not have had as optimal of a hand as well. So we're also going to set one card and activate Instant Fusion. What are we going to be instant fusing off of this? It's kind of interesting. I could see, like, maybe... I don't even know what I can see here. Oh, Shadal Winda. That's right, because she can't be destroyed by card effects. So he just Windas the Crusadia player. I mean, at this point, that's got to be GG's. Oh, he's going to flip the Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. The only sad part is that it doesn't destroy the Winda, so he actually can't activate it. Oh, so we're actually just going to tribute over the window with a Kaiju and then activate the Interrupted Kaiju Slumber, blowing up the Despia player's board, or the Branded Tearlament player's board, and then summoning out 2 Kaijus to the field. I believe he can still revive with Masquerade, but it's not going to have its burning effect, so it would just be an extra body on field. So Crusadia is going to give them the Dogoran and take the Jizukiru. I mean, it's about a 500 attack point difference. If you had Godarla, I feel like that would have been the best play, because you're obviously just going to try to walk over it. And we're actually going to use a Luber's Effect in Graveyard, especially summon himself back out and negate the Jizukiru. I think this is mostly just to kind of wall up and keep himself safe. He's trying to activate Evenly Matched. I don't know. I think that was just like revealing the card in hand. I'm not sure. So we're going to Jizukiru, walk over the Dogoran, probably just go main phase 2 and pass turn, maybe? I don't think he really has anything here. Oh, nope, we're going to set 1 first. And then, oh, tribute over the Aluber for the Gamma Seal. Okay, I think I see what was happening there. Sure. I mean, thankfully, he doesn't have to worry about having Kaiju counters on the field. Otherwise, that Gamma Seal would be very dangerous. So we're going to see Merly get normal summoned here and be able to mill the top 3. Unfortunately, all spells and traps, so I don't know if they're really going to be able to do a whole lot in this situation. But Tearlaments just dig in to see whatever they can do here, whatever they can get away with. So let's find out where this goes. They're in kind of a tricky position right now. That Jizukiru, being a menacing 3,300 body, does suck a little bit, but we'll see if there is potential here. Okay, so I believe he did actually mill a Tearlaments trap card. Looks like Meta Noise, actually. So this one, if it's sent to the graveyard by card effect, he can target a Tearlament in his graveyard, add it to his hand. I don't believe he really had any left in graveyard to target, so that effect was kind of dead anyways, nor would it really have done a whole lot. So I think we actually just end up passing back here, is what it looks like. So we're going to see Crusadia trying to figure out a line here. I mean, they're getting really low on advantage, and they kind of need at least 2 monsters to really do a whole lot. So we'll kind of see if they can pick it back up from this point in time. it's kind of a tricky situation to be in. So we're actually going to activate the Interrupted Kaiju Slumber's Graveyard effect to go and search for another Kaiju. We can't summon it right now, but it does deck thin and give us something to work with later because we can only control one Kaiju at a time. So if anything happens to ours or our opponent gets rid of theirs and they try to summon something big, we can just come back and Kaiju them as well. But it looked like he actually went for like the super anti-mech Kaiju, the one that only special summons your field. Let me double check that one. That is the one tab I didn't have open as Kaijus because I thought I knew most of them, but oh no, he actually still tributed over it. Okay, I'm not sure what happened there, but I guess that that big Kaiju was bigger than the Jizukuru. So yeah, I believe that was either the Super Anti-Kaiju War Machine Mech Dogaran or the Thunder King, or that could have been the Lightning Strike Kaiju actually. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I don't know how he was able to summon that, but that's okay. Possibly an illegal play, but that's all right. And we flipped a trap card here. I can't even tell what that is. I'm so sorry, guys. Sometimes the camera just kind of gets me some days too, but we're really just having a passing game here, back and forth. Gonna be able to normal summon Crusadia Draco and probably go for the Magius. I don't know if that's really gonna do a whole lot here. Let's see. I know there is another Link 1, but I don't know if that's really gonna save us a whole lot in this situation either. So let's see kind of what the plan is from here. Let's see here. Oh no, there is only one Link 1, isn't there? I was thinking there's two Link 2s. That's what I was getting mixed up with. Sorry about that. Yeah, we're really just having a passing match here back and forth. They're just kind of getting a couple little pokes in here and there, and I'm assuming that's probably some sort of floodgate on the field there on the Crusadia player's side, but I honestly cannot tell from this angle. So if anyone knows, let me know down in the comments, because I actually really cannot tell. So we're going to normal summon a Luber, searching for another Branded Fusion, which means that Branded Tearlaments is just off the ground again. It looked like Crusadia might have been able to come back from this game, but I think they're actually just going to get very quickly 2-0'd, which is very unfortunate. I was excited to see Crusadia actually be able to put up a really good fight against Branded Tearlament, and it kind of did in game 2, but not good enough because now we're just seeing all sorts of stuff go down. There's a polymerization. I mean, at this point, Branded Tearlament has like everything it needs to just combo off here and do absolutely insane stuff. So I don't think there's really going to be too much more hope. Gonna have to activate the Branded Fusion now to send Fallen Malbaz from hand even. Big F's in chat. And then another Tearlament monster to the graveyard to get another fusion summon off that. So basically we're getting 2 for 1 on this, and it's a really sweet deal. What are we going to summon out of this one? Okay, we're going to go back into the Libellion. Fair enough. Which means that, okay, we're discarding that polymerization that we added to hand now. Or is that fusion substitute? Yeah, probably fusion substitute. And then we're going to summon out Mirror Jade. And let's see here. So that was off the Libellion. Are we summoning anything? Okay, we are summoning off the Tearlament monster. Ooh, I think we're actually just going to be going straight into our Kaleido Heart here. Not even worrying about going into the Kit Kalos. Makes sense enough, I do suppose. At this point, we're just trying to close out game here. And we're going to go and shuffle that back row back into the deck just so we don't have any problems with it. And at this point, I think we really just have enough for game. Looks like we're going to be scooping here. GG's. Good 2-0 from Banded Tearlament. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to let us know down in the comments. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. We really like doing these live duels a lot. And we hope that you guys can learn something as well as us as players. So once again, thank you guys so much for watching. And we look forward to seeing you guys all in the next one. And remember, good fun. Have luck.